Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another glute workout, so it's going to jump straight into it. You are starting with glute activation, and I recommend doing your favorite glute activation exercises. Today I am using a resistance band and I am doing really slow side steps, back steps and front steps on both sides, and also doing resistance band body weight glute bridges very slowly and really squeezing and working on activating, as that is the whole point. This isn't about fatiguing your glutes, but you really want to feel them work hard. Your first superset is a sumo deadlift and a glute bridge. You're doing 8 reps of each, and you want this to be quite heavy for this 8 reps. I stupidly didn't do a warm-up set of deadlift, so my first set didn't feel great, but my third and fourth actually felt like my technique was better. Really push your hips backwards and your weight is going to be in your heels. You want to push your heels and your feet into the floor as you drive your hips through, and work on keeping your shoulders pulled back and your chest open throughout the whole of your deadlifts. Again, my first set of glute bridges was actually difficult because I didn't do a lighter set, a warm-up set. This is 8 kilos again. Make sure you have a sponge pad. Find one in the gym, or I know you can buy them on Amazon so you have your own. I've got a friction burn on my hip. It's not very nice. But push into your heels again. Squeeze as hard as possible. And don't be afraid to stop halfway and change your foot position to help you feel it more. Really lift your hips as high as you can. You are then going to move on to a tricep, and I only did this twice because actually I was knackered already. You want to start with a Romanian deadlift. Mine is 50 kilos. The Romanian deadlift is where you have only a slight bend in your knees. You start by pushing your hips back as far as possible. Bend your knees slightly in order to keep your back in a neutral position, but you want to feel a really big stretch in your hamstrings. Then you're going into a single leg deadlift, which is basically standing on one leg, doing the same thing. So starting with your hips, you want to feel a stretch in your hamstrings and your glutes. You want to keep your shoulders back and your back straight. The final one, this was the hardest one. I did not expect this to be this hard. I just use, I think it's like either an 8 or 9 kilo dumbbell, and I was struggling so much with this one, I'm not going to lie, so I think I only did between 8 and 10 reps of that. Then I dropped all the weights because that was just a struggle and I wanted to make sure I was squeezing all the right places. So I did more reps and less weight. So the Romanian deadlifts just with the barbell, this meant I could focus more on technique, where I was feeling it, and not just thinking, oh, this feels heavy in my hands, kind of. So pick an appropriate weight for that. With the Romanian deadlifts, with the single leg deadlifts, sorry, it is just body weight, so you can get a much better range, work on your balance and your core, and when you are working that balance and the hip stabilizers, that is all in the glutes, so that one burns. And again, the single leg glute bridge, which is the devil of the whole program, just body weight, only 10 to 12 reps, and it absolutely killed. My legs were shaking when I was doing the single leg bridge. I finished off with 4 sets of 15 reps on the abduction machine. I wrote 12 to 15 reps because actually my last set definitely I couldn't get out a good 15 reps. So work on technique. As you can see, I'm not swinging, I am not using momentum. It is a very smooth, slow and controlled and squeezing motion, and that is your most important thing, is think about the activation in every single exercise. That completes the whole workout. This took me just over an hour because it is quite a lot of sets, and yeah, and I was knackered. But I hope you really enjoyed this. Please let me know if you do or if you don't by leaving me a comment down below and giving me some of your favourite tips and tricks. And that is it. I will see you in the next one, and until then, stay happy and healthy. Bye!